Hi all. Yesterday we learned fundamental theorem of arithmetic and we saw how to find out HCF and LCM using this theorem. Now in this video we will see some more applications of the theorem. Here we have a question given that HCF of 306 and 657 equal to 9. Find LCM of 306 and 657. Now yesterday we learned this, that is HCF of AB. What is A and B? A and B are the numbers, and LCM of A and B is equal to A into B. That is HCF into LCM is equal to product of two numbers. Now in this question, two numbers are given, 306 and 657. HCF is also given, that is 9. We have to find out the LCM. So from this formula we can find out LCM of AB is equal to A into B divided by HCF of AB. That is product of two numbers divided by their HCF. That is LCM of the two numbers are 306 and 657 is equal to product of 306 and 657 divided by their HCF. So first we will find out the HCF of these two numbers. So from here you can see that 306, when you do the prime factorization, you will see the factors are 2, 3 and 17. And when you write 306 as a product of prime factors, you could see that we can write it as 2 into 3 squared into 17. And 657 we can write it as 3 squared into 73. So from this HCF of these two numbers 306 and 657 is equal to 3 squared. How we got 3 squared? HCF of two numbers is equal to, we have to take the common prime factor and we have to take its smallest power. Here the common prime factor is 3 and its smallest power is also 2. So we got it as 3 squared. What is 3 squared? 9. So HCF we got it as 9. Now LCM of 306 and 657 is equal to 306 into 657 divided by 9. So by cancellation we can cancel 306 and 9. We will get it as 34. So 34 into 657 is 22,338. That means the LCM of 306 and 657 is 22,338. Here we have another question. Explain why 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 is a composite number. It's a very important question. So it is given, you could see that here 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5. You can see that 5 is a common factor over here. But what we will do is, we will just multiply all these numbers from 7 till 1, and we will get it as 5040. To that we will add 5. This 5 we will add. So you are getting 5045. After that we have to do the prime factorization of 5045, because the question is why this number is a composite number. So we have to prove that if it is a composite number, we will get prime factors, or we can write it as a product of prime factors. So when you do the prime factorization of 5045 with 5, if you divide, you will get it as 1009. Next 1009 is 1. So we can write it as 5 into 1009. That is 5045 can be expressed as a product of primes. So if you can express as a product of primes according to fundamental theorem of arithmetic, 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 is a composite number. So here you have to write according to fundamental theorem of arithmetic. That is important. Now we will see another question. Check whether 6 raised to n can end with digit 0 for any natural number n. This question is also an important question. We will see the solution of this. Here we have to prove that, or we have to check whether 6 raised to n, that is 6 to the power any natural number, n is any natural number, can end with the digit 0 for any natural number n. If 6 raised to n ends with digit 0, then 6 raised to n is divisible by 5, because any number divisible by 5 ends with 0 or 5. So if 6 raised to n ends with 0, then 6 raised to n is divisible by 5 for some natural number n. Then the prime factorization of 6 raised to n contains the prime 5. So when you do the prime factorization of 6 raised to n, you should get the digit 5. But when you do the prime factorization of 6 raised to n, what you will get? You will get only 2 and 3 as prime factors. This is not possible because the only prime factors in the factorization of 6 raised to n are 2 and 3. See, when you do the prime factorization of 6, you can see that you are getting 2 and 3. And this is unique also according to fundamental theorem of arithmetic that we saw in the last video. That is, however you take, or suppose if I am dividing it by 3, you will get as 2. Then also you are getting 2 into 3 only. You won't get more than any factors more than 2 and 3. So this is not possible because the only prime factors in the prime factorization of 6 raised to n are 2 and 3. Since by the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, the prime factorization of a natural number is unique, therefore 6 raised to n cannot end with digit 0 for any natural number n. So, what is fundamental theorem of arithmetic? Every composite number can be expressed or factorized as a product of primes, and this factorization is unique apart from the order in which the prime factors occur. So, however you factorize, you will get only two factors, that is 2 and 3. So, according to fundamental theorem of arithmetic, this prime factorization is unique. Therefore, 6 raised to n cannot end with the digit 0 for any natural number n. So, this question you may get like this also. Check whether 4 raised to n can end with the digit 0. So, there also in prime factorization of 4 raised to n, you will get it as 2 into 2 only. Instead of 6 raised to n, you may get 9 raised to n or 12 raised to n also. The method is same only. You have to do the prime factorization and you have to check whether 5 appears or the prime factorization of that number contains the prime 5. If it doesn't contain the prime 5, then that number cannot end with the digit 0 for any natural number n. I hope you understood all the above 3 sums. Thank you.